Right, let's have a look at this industrial type curtain rail. So I've just put it together to see how easy that was, and it's fairly straightforward once you've got some understanding of what each pole looks like. Now, it is quite easy on the chart. It tells you exactly how long your pole is and then what type of pole joins to whatever. So type 1 will always be on the end because it has like a little hole for this to screw in. So once you know that this is type 1, it's got a hole on the end for this to screw in, you know that type 1 goes either end. So that makes life a little bit easier. And then because it just says rods on the both ends for adjustable length, smaller lengths, so it's not really quite clear what type 1 is, but just to tell you, they've got the holes on the end. And then there's type 2 and type 3, so all you have to do is work out the right order for the length that you're dealing with. So you've got these poles with a metal bit on the end. So that's type 3, that's clearly got that bit on the end. So for the length of mine, I've gone for 5 foot. I just needed type 1 on either end, and then this one in the middle. And then the third type has got like a little plastic bit there inside, so you know what that type looks like. So once you've got used to kind of the different names of the poles, they are really easy to join together. Now for the big one in the middle, there's like a little screw underneath, which you see it there. That's how you join those two together. And they give you the Allen key to do that. That stops the rods moving about there. So I've done that. Now these bits, now they do move. So you can alter the length if you have got an odd length, and also when you screw these on, they might not necessarily like be the right way round, but that's not a problem because you can move it about here. Also this bit here moves in and out, so you can adjust things via this rod here, so that makes it easy. Then once you've got the length of your rod sorted, you just pop on your middle bit there, and this little screw just keeps that in place there, so that was easy to do. So you do have a spare rod if you need it longer. You do have spare attachment, which is, that's what is inside these ones. So that's all sorted. They do also give you screws and wall plugs, but so you may need different wall plugs depending what wall you're using. Screws are in black. These are really easy to screw on the ends. And there's your screw holes there. These, although they are metal, they're not particularly heavy. I mean, there is some weight to them, but it's not I mean, I'm quite happy to put these on my plasterboard walls, not a problem. Same that side. So this pole here's got like a little plastic stopper with a hole in it, and this here's got a screw that comes down, and you just literally screw it in. Very easy to do. So I've measured the length that I wanted and just put it together quickly for you, just to see how it would look. Now this pole here is like really chunky, but then it goes down a little bit and then it goes a little bit slimmer. So until I get it up on the wall, I don't know how the eyelet of the curtain will run just now. I don't know if that will cause any lack of smoothness, but so the middle bit is really chunky. And then it's just a little bit thinner on the ends. So it's not one complete thick pole because of the extensions running inside. But yeah, I love the look of it. There's no scratches or worries that there's going to be paint coming off. It's all looking lovely. So yeah, very happy to recommend this curtain rail.